Hey, what's going on YouTube? Aaron here. In the Tier 5 Fubuki, I don't think I've been in this boat in a while, but we're going to show you guys today Destroyer basics. And again, the gameplay may not be that exciting, but regardless of the gameplay, I want to go over a few things that you need to do in Destroyers, just because I see Destroyers sailing from A spawn to D spawn, and then sail in front of a radar cruiser at like 3 kilometers. It's astonishing to me how little some people just want to understand about the game. And I understand not everyone, at the same time wants to be like, wants to be the best player every single game. But you should know the basics if you're playing in Standard. It's a team-based game, so if you want to just kind of sail around, I would recommend AI. If you want to look at your ship, that's cool, but do that in AI. Some people want to win. So that's my thoughts on that. But first thing we should do is spot. You see the spotting ribbon? If you don't have 3 or 4 of those at the end of your game as a DD, you're probably not in the right positions. And this Aoba is calling the right call. He's calling to capture this position, and that's what I did right away. We had 3 ships on that side with the carrier, and then 2 ships on this side with no DD. So we went ahead and went to this side, and we're going to try and capture this. Now, he did say that he was spot, and it is a Gade. That's a powerful DD at the tier with its Hydro. So, oh, there they are. Now, obviously we cannot cap because they are getting the caps. And we're launching widespread here. I would normally advise against widespread, but I have a feeling this guy is going to maneuver like just a madman, so we're going to wait and see what he does first before we... He's sailing in an absolute straight line. Okay. Catch him with 2. And thanks for playing. But the third job of your destroyer career is to torp. After you have spotted, after you have capped, feel free to launch your torps. Let them fly. But if your first objective is to just sail around the cap, get behind the enemy just to torpedo the battleships in the back, you're not doing your team any favors. Now, obviously, this is Tier 5, but I think the basics of this game should begin at Tier 5. Alright, we launched 2 narrow and then 1 wide at the group of battleships. In the meantime, we're going to go get on the opposite flank so that way we can get cross-torps if these ships decide to push. Something you should always be thinking about regardless of your ship class is crossfires. If we can get over to this side of the cap, we can send torpedoes at this angle. So if these battleships bow tank these battleships, our friendlies, then we will get the sides of their ships with torpedoes. If they come towards us, then the battleships will have their broadsides, hopefully to shoot at. In the meantime, we went ahead and sent some torpedoes preemptively. These type of long-range torpedoes are just guesses. At this tier, the battleships are so slow that you can get pretty lucky, salvos or drops if you just kind of throw them in their general direction, as we're about to get, looks like. Okay, we got 1. Looks like 1 more. 2. Yeah. Probably could have done a narrow spread on the last one, but hey. Alright, is he flooding out? We're just going to shoot and get him off the board. Potentially a waste of a smoke here. I think he's healing through or being willed. Okay, there we go. He was flooding out, but I think he was being willed and or had a heal or something going. So just go ahead and shoot, smoked up and shot here to get him off the board. You don't want to be shooting your guns too much in a Japanese destroyer, but they have some of the best alpha HE, meaning the strike that the HE does is some of the best per the nation. Now, the problem with that is you have such a slow reload. So we got a fire on that Queen Elizabeth, and now the Congo is either AFK or... It's AFK, I think. In the meantime, we can go ahead and push... He's not AFK, he's moving forward slightly. Yeah, let's go this way. Something that I'm realizing right now is our team's position. You can see the enemy DD trying to flank, and the carrier's focusing him down. Good job, carrier. It's not something you should do. Going behind and around caps is just not something you really need to be doing in a destroyer, unless the game calls for it. And in the first 5 minutes, I don't think any game calls for you to be doing that. Again, we're going to launch one ahead, one behind. Actually, we're going to go ahead because he's going... I don't know what he's doing, but we're just going to send 3. You never really want to send them on top of each other. I usually send one way ahead, one behind, and then, you know, one... Is that my fire? He's dead. And then one right on the marker. So that way you get maximum, area out of your spread. Now, I didn't really pay attention. Hopefully he beaches. Yes! I wasn't paying attention to his movement, but I probably should have waited for him to either make... to go full speed or to, full reverse. We got a little lucky with the beaching here, and he actually... I think he's going to miss all those because of that beaching. No, we may get one, and that's because of, Nope. Missed it. But instead of staying here and trying to torpedo him again, we're going to get hunted by a carrier. But instead of staying here and trying to torpedo him again, we've got 3 battleships here. Minimap awareness is something every player should have, but especially destroyer players. Going here and doing circles and trying to torp, 25,000 health here is not the best play that I can make right now. You will get more XP by getting capture points. And spotting other ships. Now, obviously, we're spotted by a carrier right now, but carriers at this tier are just... while they can hurt you, it's very easy to dodge them. I also think carrier players at this tier are newer to the game and have yet to fully develop. I'm going to shoot my guns here. In a competitive game, you shouldn't really shoot your guns, but this is kind of a swamp. Our team it's 3-on-1 over there. Just to help the game go along a little faster, but... He's not even concerned with me. Okay. A little trick you guys can use, if you could look at your gun, you can look up higher so you can see the planes either dropping or coming. Something I didn't know until a very long time ago. But here's kind of what I mean. I put one ahead, one right on the marker, and then sometimes I'll do like a little 3-way drop, but we're just going to launch it, maybe a little short in case he turns. But with the Ranger not being a very agile ship, and I'm guessing this player doesn't know how to control it beyond pressing X for the autopilot, we're just gonna kind of mess with him. He's also not even targeting us. Oh, please don't nuke him. I want the dev strike. Oh, you know what? I missed. He sped up. I'm gonna take that torp. Well, now we gotta play it a little more strategically. Got some cheeky little citadels on it. I think we can probably finish it if I can hit the fucking target. That'd be nice. Ouch! Where is he? We're gonna guess. I'm sitting here trying to like meme on stream, and this guy is actually he's gonna kill me. You don't want to mess around with carriers as a destroyer. Obviously, trying to dodge them is what you really want to do. But in this situation where he wasn't even looking at me until the last minute, we were just not really caring about the carrier. Turning into torpedo planes is going to be your best strategy. Turning away from bombers is also something you need to utilize. If one of these guys puts up a plane, I should be able to see. Right now, strategically speaking, I just want to be focused on living. Getting extra damage or extra cap points is not really... go, please. Okay. Almost got tickled there. Where's the other... this is... We're gonna win, obviously, but I'm trying to finish this game out. Is he gonna come through the... I think... Ah, there's the game. GG's. Through and through, not the ultimate example, but as you can see, almost 2,700 base there, first on the board by a mile. 88,000, a couple torpedoes, 2 capture points, 5 spots. That's the last 2 ribbons are what you should be concerned about. Everything else on this doesn't matter. I got a majority of my XP for those capture points and the ribbons. And again, not like textbook at the end there. I should have just ran away. If I run away, I guarantee the victory. If I stay around there and mess around like I did, he almost got me. I could have died, and they could have won the game. Very unlikely, but leaving it, you know, you are your most valuable asset. Leaving the game in the hands of your friendlies is just not something I would do. So, you know, take those tips. I hope they help. You know, maybe you guys are on my team and it helps us win. But thinking about your next move in a destroyer is always something you should be aware of. So, you know, moving into torping that cap, defending it, then getting it, then cross-torping the battleships, then moving on instead of staying there and hunting damage. Now, we didn't pay too much mind to the carrier, although I probably should have done so a little bit more. At higher tiers, you need to think more about either avoiding his planes or dodging a little bit more preemptively than I was right there. But that's the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I wanted to do that at Tier 5 because I think that's where you guys should start really learning the basics of the game in terms of, okay, battleships are meant to tank damage and shoot, you know, cruisers. Destroyers are meant to cap and spot. Cruisers are meant to take out destroyers and so on and so forth. While the dev strikes on battleships are fun, if you go out of your way to get to the back of the map to do that, you're not utilizing your best asset. And you're probably harming your team in terms of the win column. So just wanted to get that informational one out there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Aaron out. Peace.